Hello guys, this is Shar. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Now y'all, I want to come back on here to briefly discuss Tisha and Marcel, Destiny, and a little bit of Martell. A very little of Martell, a very little of Destiny, and pretty much a very little of Latisha and Marcel. But I was out here on these YouTube streets, minding my business, not really looking for anything particular. And I came across a video where it was the recording of Latisha and Marcel's live that they did, discussing how they're not going to discuss the interview that Martell and Coleslaw did with that lady that said that she had the Scott's D in every hole that she has at the same time. Okay? Somebody actually did record the live. Remember, on a few videos back, I said I was talking about Tisha because she kept saying, if you want to see what I had to say about that lady and about that interview, go look at my live. And I was like, dumbass, the live is gone unless somebody recorded it. And of course, somebody did record it. So I was looking at the live like, oh yeah, I remember they did this, right? And, I'm trying to decipher, is this a real channel or is this one of those AI channels? Because, that's popular now. Those AI channels is all over YouTube, which is why the YouTube viewership has changed and the payout has changed. I mean, anybody who does YouTube on a repetitive basis know. As they say, if you know, you know. But I'm looking at the channel. I'm like, dang, is this a real channel or whatever? And I believe it is. I had never heard of it, but I don't know all the channels that's out there. But anyway, so the channel was showing, like I said, the video that Tisha and Marcel did, basically standing on business that they're not talking about, the lady who did the interview with Marsau and Coleslaw. And they made a good point that it was like, where is Marsau throughout this season? Carlos King, he breaks the season up for whatever reason. Why? Somebody told me it was to not pay them as much or something like that. When you break the season up, the pay gets broke up as well, and he ends up paying out less or something like that. Anyway, I don't know if that's true, but yeah. So I was saying before the mid-season break, where the hell is Marceau at? Because I also remember saying like they're showing Trisha and Ken quite a bit, and then secondly they're showing not Martell, but Fletcher and Miss Nell quite a bit, but I don't see Marceau that much. You know what I mean? Here and there since the season. So they made a good point. I think it's called Shop Reality TV, the channel. But they made a good point when they were saying, could it be that we don't see Marceau that much because he refuses to talk about him, what he thinks or his views on this lady doing this interview with Martell and Coleslaw, and what she had to say, that basically she had him and his brother's body parts in every hole that she got at the same time. He's not going to entertain it. He's not going to address it. And he said verbatim, well, not verbatim, but he said in his own voice, and I do have the audio, okay? I do have the audio so you can hear it for yourself. He said that if it costs them money, where because they're not in scenes, they'll eat it. Because he's not going to be on this, doing these scenes just so somebody can come up to him and have some small talk, just to, get around to asking him, so what do you think about what the lady said to Martell when he did the interview? what do you got to say about that? Like, do you know her? Is it true? He said that he's not even going to chance it to be around. So, they can have the guys come up to him and do frivolous small talk just so they can get around to asking him that. So that's probably why we have not seen him that much. Because when I heard that, I was like, ooh, 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 ooh. She's right, or it's right. I don't know if it's a real channel or not, y'all. But, I'm like, they're right. They're absolutely right. That's probably why we have not seen Marcel that much this season. And that's probably why not Marcel, but that's probably why Latisha is so upset during this last half or second half of the season. This is why she is a bitch, because her husband is, he's around, but he's not filming that much, and she knows why. She knows he don't want to even discuss it, even though if you listen to the video or the audio that I'm going to play, you'll hear that and some of you might have actually seen the live for real, when they actually did it. I didn't. But, you'll hear that she's in solidarity with him. Like, she is in full agreement with him on the outside. Deep down, she probably wishes he would give more of an explanation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what wife wouldn't? You know what I mean? Like, what wife wouldn't? But, she's acting as though she's in agreement with him and in solidarity with him, that we're not going to discuss it. We're just not going to entertain it, or whatever the hell it is that she says. So I'm like, damn, that's where the hell he at. He's around, but he's not filming, because he ain't trying to have Fletch or Ken or even this other character on here, Will. I don't think Lance will ask him, but I believe Will would, even though he's not an actual character on the show, but he be around with the guys now. I believe Will would definitely ask about it. Fletch probably would ask. I don't think Martell would ask, because he's the one who did the video or the interview with the chick. But I believe that's why he hasn't been on that many scenes, because he said it out of his own mouth. If it cost him money, where he's not going to be in that many scenes, just to keep from them setting up some type of fake scene so they can get around to asking him that, he'll eat it. And that's what the fuck he's doing. That's why we don't see him. What do y'all think? I think that's spot on. Spot on. Let's listen to this really quick, and then I'll come back and talk briefly about Destiny and Martell. So you heard him. If it costs us 4 or 5 scenes, F it. It is what it is. So yeah, he's not around. He's not in that many scenes, because he already said it. He's not going to be in any scenes, so people can get around to asking him about that shit. Period. And so I was like, wow, that's crazy. He's standing on business on that. He's standing on business on that. And that's why I toward the, she's been shady all season, but that's why she's really, really, really on 10 the second half of the season, because these are probably the scenes or the part of the season that he was, supposed to be filming, but he's not. And what wife really, is in agreement with their husband not even addressing any of that BS publicly, because it was done publicly. So you would want him to address it publicly, just so, people can get it straight what's going on, even if we don't believe it, right? So, yeah, I thought that was really, really interesting. You guys let me know what you think. Okay, moving on, I want to talk about Martell briefly. Did you guys know that Martell had his builder's license? I did not know that. I'm late to the party a lot. I'm working 2 jobs now, going to school full time. So, yeah, I'm not always on the YouTube streets. But I did not know he got his builder's license. I ended up seeing this, where it basically states that this man has to renew his builder's license. So to renew the builder's license, you would have already had one. And we know he's never had one when he was married to Melody. Melody had one. So for him to, it says down there, renew date, it's like, what, he had one and he let it expire? Because I don't really follow Martell. I mean, did he ever show or display that he got his builder's license? I would have thought he would have been screaming that from the rooftop. I would have thought that would have been on the show. Like they would have showed it, gave him a party, gave him a cake, all of that. Since the consensus is that he's been trying to get this damn builder's license since before his divorce was final. So, yeah, this was interesting. And then lastly, Destiny, I just wanted to talk about her really quick. Destiny, is moving forward with this, or has been moving forward, I should say, with this nonprofit law. What is it called? Oh, God. Hold on. Let me figure out what the hell the name of this damn... I would want to say fake, but, she done found some white people to help her promote this damn nonprofit organization, y'all. I guess she figures if she get some white people to come to the festivities or come to anything that she promotes as it relates to this nonprofit, then it's a legitimate nonprofit. The hell is the name of this? Destiny's Law Foundation, destined for safety, guided by law. Okay. These are some little pics. She had some type of, I guess her first annual something awareness, women empowerment, where she had speakers. I guess she talked briefly about her scenario. She probably had her ex-husband choked up, to be completely honest. But anyway, and not only that, they also had a little sparring match, I guess, at a gym where they were getting taught, what do you call that? Self-defense. But it's not funny, but I just thought it was interesting that she got white people involved and white people came out. And shout out to all the white people that's listening or viewing this video. I ain't got nothing. Look, not to sound cliche, but I got some friends that are white. I go to school with a bunch of white people. I work with a bunch of white. I ain't got no problem with white people. As a matter of fact, my mother's father's father is white. Okay, I ain't got no problem with white people. But I'm just saying, it's funny how she went and grabbed up some white people because she feel like having white people involved will give this damn foundation some validity, I guess. Whatever. Anywho, yeah, I just thought that was funny. But yeah, what do you guys think? Mainly about, forget Destiny, really. That was just a throw in, but mainly about Martell having this builder's license, renewing it, of all things. And more importantly, Marceau standing on business, doing away with the little 1,500 that they get every episode or whatever it is. I don't know what the real amount is. I'm just using that as a joke. But doing away with his little 1,500, 2,500 an episode, because he do not want anybody to ask him about that chick. And he's standing on business. And this is why Latisha is even more mad toward the end of the season, because she's steaming, she's heaving, she's hissing like a snake. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. Please hype this video up, hit your notifications, and your comments. I do talk back, y'all know that. Okay, this was the other thing I wanted to talk about as it relates to Destiny really quick. Have you guys seen this? Did you all ever see this when she posted this? Subscribe to see exclusive content. Like, what exclusive content, Destiny? Like, you don't talk about your life on the show. So you mean tell us that you're going to talk about private stuff, exclusive stuff as it relates to you? I mean, is this something you gotta pay for, or is it on her YouTube? Is it on her Instagram? Which one is it? I mean, it didn't specify. Drop down in the comments if any of you are subscribed to this, because I'm just curious, what the hell is she talking about? I mean, is she at liberty to speak on her divorce now? Which I doubt. Is she going to really reveal the real reason why her and Moses broke up? Which I doubt. Is she going to talk about her arrest? Which I doubt. Because these are things that people kind of wanted to know. You know what I mean? Like, other than that, what exclusive content, Destiny? Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know. Is any of you subscribed to this? And if so, what is she talking about on the platform? And which platform is it? Is it IG or is it YouTube? Okay, y'all, that was it. Please like the video, subscribe, hit your notifications, and hype the video up if you like it. And until next time, guys, ciao.